I'm Bill Mange, and I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. And I want to talk to you about why it will be easy for you to handle your own Class C misdemeanor. So long as you have no significant criminal history, this is going to be a breeze. You know, there's an old joke about how do you tell if a lawyer is lying? His lips are moving. Okay, well, here's one for you. Can you tell if a lawyer is telling the truth? He's not asking for money. And I'm not asking for money. I'm trying to explain to you how you can do this for yourself so you don't pay me any money. See, I would not feel good about taking money from you if I didn't feel like you really needed my services. I would much rather take a few minutes of my time and make this video for you so that you know what you need to do to handle your own Class C misdemeanor case in Travis County, Texas. What I'm going to do is explain to you how you can get the exact same results that I would get, even though you're doing this for yourself. So here's what you do. Pause this video for just a second and go get something that you can write with. Write these words down. Deferred disposition, not deferred adjudication. Deferred disposition. Here's what you do. On the ticket you received, there's a date that you're supposed to show up in court. Go to the court on that date or sometime before it. Go up to the clerk who's behind the counter and tell him or her that you want to plead not guilty and you want to talk to a prosecutor. And she'll give you a new date. And when you come back on that new date, go up to the prosecutor and say, I want a deferred disposition. So your question is, what is a deferred disposition and why do I want it? Well, here's your answer. With a deferred disposition, you're not being convicted of anything. You're entering a plea of no contest, but you're not being convicted of anything. All right. You're not being placed on probation either. All they're asking you to do is follow a few simple rules and probably pay a relatively small amount of money. So what's the money that you got to pay? There will be some court costs, somewhere between 80 and 100 bucks. There will be a special expense fee. The special expense fee is basically a fine, except they don't call it a fine, because if they did call it a fine, then you would be convicted. And what we're trying to do here is avoid a conviction for you. So what's left? There will probably be some classes depending on what kind of case you have. If you had a public intoxication case, then they'll probably want you to take a class having to do with alcohol. If it was some kind of minor traffic offense, they'll want you to take a defensive driving class. So you take those classes, you pay the special expense fee, you pay the court costs, and then there's what they call a deferral period. In the deferral period, you got to stay out of trouble. Have no contact with law enforcement whatsoever. And usually the deferral period is for 3 months or 6 months, whatever it is. Just don't give any police officer any reason to want to come over to you and say, hey, what are you doing? It's pretty simple. Pay a little bit of money, stay out of trouble, take some classes, and you're good to go. So, to sum up, you're not being convicted of anything. You're not being placed on probation. And probably pretty important to you, you can expunge this. You can get the whole thing expunged. And so what does expunge mean? It means that you can get this particular item cleaned off your criminal history as clean as it is possible to clean it. Now, some of you may be watching this and you may be thinking, hold on a second, buddy. This thing that I've been charged with, this is serious. This could wreck me with my job. It could wreck me with my future employment. My wife could get mad at me. My mother will yell at me. All kinds of stuff. Or some kind of circumstance where you just cannot tolerate the uncertainty that comes with handling a legal matter on your own. Okay, that's fine. If that's your circumstance, call me up and tell me that. Explain why it is something so serious that you absolutely, positively have to have a lawyer represent you. And if that's the case, fine. I can help you out. But it's going to cost you. And what I'm trying to do here is save you money. Every single person I have ever given this advice to, I've told them, if the prosecutor will not offer you a deferred disposition, then call me back. I will represent you. And none of them have called me back because they've all gotten a deferred disposition. They call back and they say, yeah, it worked out great, but they never call back and say, I need to hire you. The prosecutor won't give me a deferred disposition. Listen, I hope this has been some help to you. Good luck and take care. Thanks for watching.